Yeah, there we go. Now some other features utilizing the keyboard instead of the mouse, and I'll show you, kind of back to being up here when it comes to, you know, stop or next and hitting these. You can also do that with the left and right arrow keys. Now for example, I can hit enter, start a track. Now if I hit the down arrow keys, let's say I've got a whole list of songs I'm kind of going through here. If I hit the down arrow, watch, see the bar go? It'll go down the tracks, no problem, to the one I need to start, and enter go. Now the other cool thing is the over arrows and back. If I hit one of those, every time I tap that over arrow, it'll cue in 5 seconds per every time I tap it. So if I wanted to cue in a song at the very beginning of it and cue it in by, let's say, 25 seconds, I would have to tap it 5 times. And I'd have to do it really quick. And again, this comes from years of using this thing and trying to make it work to the best of my ability. So let's say I needed a cue in 25 seconds, so I'm going to hit enter and tap 25 or tap 5 to get 25. Ready? Watch the time. Ready? 26 seconds is where it ended up going on. Right there. We'll do that again, just to show you. I'm going to start this one, 25 seconds. Or if I needed to go back, there we go. Now another cool thing, I'll go ahead and show you the crossfade, because as of right now, whether a song fades out cold, or fades out or ends cold, you've always got a chance when you're doing this, when you're setting the crossfade. So I'm going to set it at 12 seconds, okay? And we're on 12 seconds. Now I'm going to take, let me just do 2 tracks that we know, or that we could know. Let me go to, again, back to 90s. Let me just take Come As You Are, because I know that ends cold. It doesn't really fade. And let's try Polly. Hold it. So I've set it to crossfade at 12 seconds. So you're going to watch this. It'll change at 12 seconds. But I'm going to have a countdown. I'm going to scroll into the track a little bit using this, which I can, you know, scroll to wherever I need to go to. Remember, we're at 12 seconds. Okay, ready? Okay, 2 very distinctive songs that I just created a fade and essentially a mix, and again, no dead air. So that's what we want. We don't want dead air. So again, it's, you know, it's a very basic kind of fading. I mean, you know, you really can't mix with it. Even if you had intro versions where you had loops on the very beginning to be able to mix, you know, it's not really going to match up exactly. You know, the computer's doing it. It just doesn't work that way. But in a very basic sense, absolutely it works, and I think it's very, very powerful. And again, one thing I didn't really touch on earlier was this slider going over, you know, to cue into a track a little bit, you know, if you wanted to do it this way, or using the over arrow keys. And one of the new innovations in this particular program is the ghost bar, because I can take it over and it still remains there unless I screwed up and I want to move it back. And then doing that, they'll never know. But but when this program first was originated, and for a little while after, as soon as you move that bar, you didn't have the ghost bar, so it would just be like you had this only. So okay, now what I'm going to do is talk about encoding. Taking a song, let's say right here, Junior Jack, Dare Me, this one. Okay, now watch this. When I right click, I go to view file info. This is what happens. The information on that particular track will come up for me. How it's been coded. Now if you look right here, you'll see track 14, which on the CD's track 14. When I put it here, it'll be 1, 2, 3. But right here it'll say track 14, Dare Me by Stupid Disco featuring Sheena, and artist is Junior Jack. And there's the album, there's the year, and it's electronica. So that is all the information. Now let's say, for example, I wanted to change it and put it into a folder and call it Pat's Electronic Compilation Best of Volume 1. Then what I would do is I'd go in here and I would delete all that. And let's say I made a track number 9 in that particular folder. Then I would go ahead and delete 14 and make it 9. And then once I've done that, then the track has now been coded to how I use it. So finding it for me is a lot easier, especially when you're using a program, not even Winnamp, but I mean when you're using something like, let's say, Virtual DJ, for example. So excuse me. There's a lot of possibilities when it comes to this particular program. Again, I've been using Winnamp my whole, almost all my DJ career. And again, being one of the first DJs in San Diego to be able to use this program that I was turned on to, and all the clubs I'd worked at after had used this program at one time or another. And it's just so gosh darn reliable. It really is. And it'll play everything. It'll play regular MP3. It'll play iTunes format. It'll play just about every music format you could imagine, no matter how it's been ripped. So it is a great little program, and again, it's absolutely free. So if you have any other questions as far as application goes, again, being using this program for as many years as I have, I've learned a lot of tricks when it comes to using this thing and using it effectively. So definitely check it out. That's my opinion on the Winnamp virtual player. And again, please rate the video, and if you have any questions, please feel free and email me, and I'll be more than happy to take some time with you. So thank you very much for watching, and stay in the mix.